Welcome to episode 3 of What Mr. Wheels Thinks. We are outside today because it's so beautiful. First thing on the agenda, we're going to talk about the crazy fight that happened last weekend. And that was the big heavyweight fight between Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, and Dylan White. It was nuts. It was crazy. It was held in Wembley Stadium. It was just magnificent, beautiful. It was really awesome to see a lot of fans, a lot of people in one area, especially because what's been going on in the world lately. But whoo, it was in the 6th round. I believe with less than 10 seconds to go, Tyson just threw an uppercut. And shit, kaboom! Caught Dylan White, and my boy was woozy. Literally almost fell on top of Tyson. Tyson pushed him, and he just fell down on his back. Pow. Ref gave him a chance, though. Ref gave White a chance. Asked him to walk towards him with the count of 8 seconds. As soon as he took his first step, you can tell it was ugly. My boy wobbled towards the excuse me. My boy wobbled towards the referee and literally almost fell on the referee. You had to wave it. Wave it off, ref. Wave it off. It's done. He's done. That was insane. The king remains on his throne as the heavyweight champion. What's next for the Gypsy King? We don't know. There's rumors that he wants to fight Francis Ngannou from the UFC. That would be crazy, but I think he died, honestly. And then there's other rumors that he wants to go back. Yes, I said go back. He wants to go back to WWE and see what he can do in his wrestling career. He did okay. He was pretty funny when he did it, but it was funny in a good way. Yes, funny in a good way. So look out. We don't know where the Gypsy King will be, but wherever he is, we'll be watching. Next, there's this show on NBC on Mondays. It's only going to be up a couple more weeks because they're in like the semifinals and getting to the finals. But the show is called American Song Contest. It is hosted by Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson. You should see. Oh, Kelly Clarkson. You should see these artists that are on there. Some of them, yes, you know, Michael Bolton, Cisco. There's a couple other ones that were really well known, but it's these unknown artists that I want to talk about. You know me, I love hidden gems. We're going to talk about Ryan Charles. My boy be singing that New Boot Goofin' song. New Boot Goofin'. I love that song. That thing is awesome. Snoopy dancing to it all the time in the background when he's performing. But that's my favorite one, honestly. But to be honest, because it is a competition, I really believe that Jordan Smith from Kentucky, he has a really good chance of winning. He sings a really good song. And then also Alan Stone from Washington. That dude got like this swagger, just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, ooh, just a soul man. But if you see, he's not a soul man. The guy got long blonde hair. But I like he's awesome. But let me know what your song is if you know what I'm talking about. Because, you know, we be goofing out here. That's what I'm saying. I like Ryan Charles. Go check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think, okay? We are not skipping to talk about the AFC West. That is going to be coming up later in the show in an interview. Yes, I got a special guest. You will see who it is. It is awesome. Moving on, though. One sec. Yes. Blood is better. And you're like, what? Blood? Blood is better? Talking about wrestling. You know we had to talk about wrestling one time like we always do. And this week, we're going to talk about the tag teams in all of the promotions. Well, the promotions that I watch. And we're going to talk so I feel like the best tag teams, they have to have this chemistry, right? You got to know each other like the back of your hands. Well, the one that knows you the best would be your siblings, would be your family. So why not wrestle with them? And that's exactly what some do. So like the Gun Club with Austin and Colton Gunn. They're Billy Gunn's kids. They're his sons, you know, your brothers. You wrestle. Your daddy's a wrestler. Why not wrestle too? They're the ass boys. Then you got this new very young upcoming team known as Top Flight with Darius and Dante Martin. Man, Dante Martin, that man can fly. He's so got springs in his legs. Super good. Darius is kind of a little injured right now, but they're both, and they're twins. Well, sort of twins a little bit. They look like twins. They're really good. Like, Dante's just surprising. The next is, the Usos. Again, their daddy was a wrestler. When your daddy's a wrestler and you're a second generation, it's kind of in your blood. And the Usos, these Jimmy and Jay, they're twins, actual twins. And they're awesome to watch. I just love watching them. And of course, you can't, forget about some Mexican wrestlers. And the best tag team luchadors to me is the Lucha Brothers, Cero Miedo, Penta, El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix, who he just came back last week after an horrific, he broke his arm going through a table, and I saw it happen. And just last week he came back. I think it's been over 3 to 4 months since it happened, but it's amazing to see him back in that timetable so fast. I wasn't expecting him till like middle of the summer, but he's here. It's crazy. And obviously we're talking about brothers and tag teams. We can't forget about the OGs, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Man, the Hardy Boys. Back when I was a kid, I know back when y'all was youngsters, y'all watched them too. I love them. They still around. They push them, but they still around. And somebody like me, the boys that were influenced by the Hardys, boys that were from Rancho Cucamonga, my hometown, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. Man, I love these guys. These are my new favorite tag team. Yes, it's because they're from my hometown, but if you watch what they do in the ring, you can't help but fall in love with what they do. And you can't help but fall in love with them. Honestly, if me and my brothers were in there, we wouldn't lose. Because I'd be that third man that would just keep getting involved and, messing up the matches, but for good for us. We would never lose. I don't know what you call it, the Three Amigos. I don't know. But they would throw me off the top rope. I know that. It'd be fun. It would be lots of fun. Last thing we're going to talk about before we go to the interview is these NBA playoffs. Woo! What a Game 6 by Memphis and Timberwolves. That was exciting. Timberwolves, I tip my hat off to you. That was really, really, really good fight that y'all had. But Memphis Grizzlies won, and so now John Morant and the Grizzlies will go back home and wait for the Warriors to get there, and they're going to play Steph Curry and the Warriors in the best of 7. That's going to be awesome. On the other side, on the West, you have the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic, and they're going to go up against the Suns. Devin Booker's back. I told you he was hurt, but now he's back, and you see what he does when he's back. That's going to be a good one. But the Beast of the East battle, we got the 76ers in Miami. That's one I'm going to be looking out, watching. Unfortunately, Joel Embiid is out. It kind of sucks because you want to see them at full strength, especially against the number 1 seed in the Heat. Hopefully, there is no timetable that I know of so far on his return. Hopefully, it is soon, so he can help, James Harden beat Jimmy Butler. And the other one I'm going to be watching is the Bucks and the Boston Celtics. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to the Garden for a best of 7 series. And that one's going to be, the whole East is stacked, I think. Whoever comes out of the East, in my opinion, it's going to be very, very hard to beat them for the finals. I feel like the East is favored this year. If Phoenix goes, Phoenix wins it all. But if Phoenix doesn't go, whoever comes out the East hits it and makes it and holds up the hardware at the end. And that's what I think. And you heard it first. Rock Chalk. I'll see you in the interview. Bye. And we're back from the commercial, I think.
Right.
But I told you this episode I was going to do everything in my power to get a guest. And I got one. He's from international, from Australia, and I love it. And what we're going to ask him, what we're going to get his thoughts on are about the Raiders and some football, because he's a Raider fan, and I've never met a Raider fan that wasn't from Australia. So I was like, let's get his point of view. So, and your name is, sir?
My name is Pete.
Pete. You call him Pete?
G'day, America.
G'day, America. Here's my mic. That's all that matters. Pete. We're going to put a little Australian flag right there next to you. Don't worry. It's going to be right there. Well, you know, what made you become a Raider fan all the way from Australia?
Well, when I first came over in '89, that's the first team I saw in LA, because I came straight to LA. That's the first team I saw. Naturally, I became a Raider.
Nice. Just the black and silver just caught your eye. Nice. Was there anything different that you saw from what you used to seeing?
I'm used to seeing rugby, so I wasn't used to pads. Helmets.
400-pound men?
400-pound men? No. Only the ones I date. I wasn't used to that, because rugby is you play the whole game. Here, I come and watch the first game, and I go, the game's over, 5 minutes, they're coming off the field. No, they're bringing on the defense. Defense? What do you mean? No, rugby, you play the whole game, your offense and defense. It took me a few years to get used to it here and understand, because I couldn't understand. Rugby players are fit. Yeah. There's no 400-pound rugby players, because they're fit. They're running the whole time, everything. So coming here and seeing this, I wasn't used to it. But now I understand the game. I understand. It's all tactics here. Yeah. It's
like the big man just pushed the big guy, other big guy,
right?
Make a hole.
Yeah,
run to the hole. Well, that's cool. So it was like around the early '90s that you became a Raider fan.
Right, exactly.
Who was there back then? Do you remember?
I think the quarterback was Todd Maranovich.
Okay. Yeah,
short-lived.
Right.
They had a big expectation for this guy. Drugs. What can I say?
Right?
I mean, everybody loves him.
All the athletes love him.
Yeah, it leads us astray. You know? More than one person.
And then we went after Gannon, and it was just the Gannon era. Rich
Gannon. What an era that was,
fun.
right?
That was when I became a fan.
And we're trying to build ourselves back up now, and I see this prospects in Carr. I mean, Carr is, I think, is going to be a hell of a quarterback.
So you're okay that we gave him a 4-year extension?
I think.
Okay with that?
Yeah, I am very, very much so with giving him the 4-year extension. I think if we build an offensive line around him, he needs some protection, but he's got the potential. He's got a good arm on him. I think he makes good decisions now. Not so much when he first came in. I think his decision making has developed a lot over the last couple of years.
I agree,
and I believe the coach had a lot to do with that until he got canned, which I think was
caught up in some stuff, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey.
Now all the new offseason acquisitions we got, so like Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones on that defense. We got a couple new guys on the offense, like Robinson as a wide receiver, but all these acquisitions, and that you've seen the Chargers and the Broncos do. What do you think is going to happen now?
I believe the Raiders are going to be. I thought last year they didn't reach the full potential they should have done. I really do. I think now they've settled in after a couple of years in Vegas. I mean, in Vegas, it's a hell of a move for the Raiders. They fit right in Vegas. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe that they couldn't get a better hometown than Vegas.
True.
And I think they're just going to explode now. I think this year and next year, I think their full potential will be next year. But this year they'll expand, and I think the year after is going to be the hell of a season for the Raiders.
This year we're making noise, but next year
that's my prediction. I think this year we're going to come close, but I think the year after is going to be the one to look out for.
You heard it here.
You heard it right.
From my best mate.
Right.
From
down
Australia.
Under.
Raider Nation global.
Yeah.
Raider Nation's global.
I looked into me magic didgeridoo, and it told me next year, mate. So.
Didgeridoo, you heard it first. Thank you for watching this episode. We'll see you next week. Bye.
My, oh my. Rancho, them gotta be the nicest pair of boots I done ever seen in my entire life. I mean, those are mighty fancy. Why, thank you. No boot goofing in a dime bag snake skin.